And there's the pause.
And the pause gets us every time.
Welcome to Booze and Ballin', Fantasy Football Shaken.
Not stirred.
I'm Todd Webb.
I'm DK.
And we're drinking KONA Big Wave.
That's what we do, especially on the remotes.
Except you got a bottle.
I know. I found a bottle. My local gas station here, shout out Redner's, is killing it with the beer selection. I got bottled Big KONA Wave. Like, what?
I didn't even know. Honestly, I guess maybe I knew they had bottles, but I didn't know they had bottles. But yeah,
we are in Pennsylvania. I had to do the whole hide one in the vestibule area while I bought the second 6-pack because I bought a 12-pack of cans too.
Can you just set that right outside the door? Like,
Actually,
ain't that the dumbest shit?
Dude, only in the Commonwealth, man. Only in the Commonwealth. And then you got the dude
behind the counter. I can still see it. But no, KONA Big Wave.
He's like, can you make sure that it's hidden behind the machine over there? I was like,
can you hide it behind a stack of tampons?
I move it 2 more feet to the right. Is that good? Yeah, that's fine. Thanks, man.
But I think it just needs to be outside of the 6 times.
Yeah,
they don't care.
No, nobody cares.
So I figured this has been our drink all year, right? So why not? We had KONA Big Wave last week, but now we're both actually drinking KONA Big Wave for the championship week.
I know, right? And we can rate it now because we're both drinking it.
Dude, I don't know if we give it an unfair rating because this is what I want to drink for the beer mile.
I already know what I'm going to give it.
This is what I have to drink for the beer mile as the basis, and then the shots can be after that. But I feel like
deal. We'll do
wouldn't it be perfect to do KONA Big Wave?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. And we need to call them and see if they'll sponsor the video.
I'm going to vomit all over myself.
You know what I mean?
I have a dog named Kona, too.
That's sick. We need somebody with some cinematography skills that can actually...
We need someone with a golf cart.
Yeah.
I thought about this.
I actually know probably somebody that'll do both of those things. I don't know.
What if we just go to a gym?
I haven't talked to him in a while, though. So. Huh?
What if we just go to a random gym and just get on the treadmill and you just start feeding me beers?
We might get kicked out immediately.
Worth it.
Like a Planet Fitness or something, just walk in and start
show up
beer.
Just maybe not Planet Fitness because they got that lunk alarm.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to take your shirt off. When
Retro
you do
Fitness, right down for me. I could probably go to the manager and be like, "Hey, look, can we come at a downtime and let me vomit all over your treadmill?"
Here we are. I promise I'll spray my machines after I'm done.
Yeah, I'll wipe it down. I won't dig it. I won't dig out the chunks.
Oh man,
he'd be like, "You had me until
the conveyor
vomit."
belt. The belt's just gonna have chunks of your vomit.
and I gotta run on it.
Oh man, that's gross.
So yeah, championship week.
Absolutely.
This is we're getting to the end of our regular season for this. Getting ready for the off season. Got the big game coming in 2 weeks.
I have a reason to drink tonight for sure. I saw a meme that said, when you realize there's only 3 NFL games left until next September.
Oh, I know. That does suck. I don't count the Pro Bowl.
And they're like, yeah, it's a really exciting time, but there's only 3 games left until September. And you're just like,
I feel like this season went fast too.
Yeah, doing this podcast did not help that, I don't think, because it felt like this helped push it along. Because you're constantly, hell no, we ain't stopping. My wife wants me to stop, but I ain't stopping.
Kendra's cool with it. She's like, "Oh, you guys are still doing that?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." She's like, "Oh, yeah." She's like, championship week. I said, next week we won't. Then we'll do one during the big game. Maybe live if we get 6 more subscribers.
Yeah.
And then off season is going to be probably tri-week every 3 weeks. I think we want to get something out. We're going to do a lot more little shorts.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Individual. Some news pops up. We'll talk about it. Yeah. Follow our TikTok because I feel like there's going to be a lot of back and forth on that shit.
Oh, man, yeah. If you follow the TikTok, there's going to be some good content pumping out on there here in the next few weeks, few months, years. Who knows?
Yes. And then follow us on the subscribe on YouTube, or maybe we'll do it in
TikTok,
3D.
Is that Booze and Ballin'? Just Booze and Ballin' at Booze and Ballin'?
Yep. Booze and Ballin'.
Everything is at Booze and Ballin'?
Everything's Booze and Ballin'. And it's the same logo with this. Everything is Booze and Ballin'.
Are we Booze Booze Ballin' or Booze and Ballin'?
Booze Ballin' 610.
How do I not know our own hashtag and shit? This is bad. How am I promoting our show and I don't know our fucking
Who does this? Well, because I
can't even shout us out.
Because I do a lot of the the video AV stuff. Yeah, we are Booze. We are at booze.ballin'. Same logo,
Ballin'.
same
See,
everything.
now that's what I got to start promoting, because if people just search Booze and Ballin', they ain't going to find us probably. They'll find
Actually,
some
yeah,
other
you do.
bald-headed beard fuck that talks about fantasy sports.
And guy who makes half-assed drinks, spills everywhere, and gets beat by his wife. We are a combo.
Sounds like it's a common thing.
I thought you looked bruised. Did you fall down the stairs?
Yeah,
Did you run into
I hit
a
myself
doorknob?
with a doorknob.
That's so great. If that doesn't
so we
say
all have the same excuse when we get hit by mommy. Okay.
That's the classic I get beat line. I got hit by a doorknob.
I actually have this post in my basement that when I get drunk after these things, I actually ran into it once.
I saw that post. I could see that happening.
Trying to make it my way back up to the steps. Thank God it was there, because I might have ran into my TV.
Ooh,
that would have been really bad. That's the only thing that worries me. That thing's way too close to the ground.
When we're done, I got to tell you a TV story at work this week. Not on here, but yeah. Oh, ruined my whole week. Anyway, so let's start with big news that you're real excited about.
We're not starting with Harbaugh, are we?
You don't want to start Harbaugh?
I guess we have to now that we brought
We're
it up.
We're going to start Harbaugh. We've been talking about it for the last couple of days. I know you love it.
I don't know. I'm so on the
you
fence.
Love him. You're a Michigan fan, though.
Well, yeah, huge Michigan fan. I have been since I was fucking 10 years old.
So are you more mad that he's leaving Michigan?
I'm a little butthurt. Yeah, I mean, you have to be. He just brought us back to the promised land. And now it's like, and then you sit there and wonder, is he doing it because he really did know about all the cheating and he was getting ready to be investigated like crazy? I mean,
I didn't think about that angle.
You know what I mean? Like, it makes him look guilty as fuck leaving. And it's like, does Michigan end up catching the backdraft of it? Like, do they investigate them hard now, thinking like, oh, maybe there's more to this because he's leaving and all this other? I don't know. We'll see. And he's going to the Chargers. I'm a Broncos fan. Like, I got so many emotions going through me.
I didn't think about that. That is a good point. And after they do so well, like, you would think, oh, hey, I got a good squad here. I don't think there's a ton of them declaring for the draft.
Right. How many people leave for the transfer portal now because Harbaugh's no longer there? Like, there could be a huge domino effect from this whole thing. I'm hoping the boys stay, but
they're gonna have to sign a name. They can't sign a nobody.
Well, I think Sharon Moore is definitely a good replacement. I mean, he came in. The players are definitely, they would support him. I think the pick if they went with him. But if they go with something like fucking what's his name at LSU, I'm out. I'm gonna be so pissed.
But I do like him going to the Chargers.
I know. For the Chargers, I do. For the Broncos, I fucking hate it. I mean, I got now Andy Reid. And I like Pierce. Pierce is in there.
I like
that
Pierce.
poor bastard.
That was smart for them to make him the coach.
They had to. They would have lost the locker room. They would have had to completely rebuild that football team if they didn't hire him. Because I think they all bought in for the first time around a head coach. And if you got rid of him, it would have been mutiny at the fucking helm.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think you. Yeah,
this is really good in a bottle. I'm not gonna lie.
Get it. Is it fair that I'm rating in a can and you're rating a? If we rate this, it's gonna be unfair. But I still think we throw one out there at the end of this episode.
Yeah, maybe it'll be an unofficial rating.
I mean, I've literally had one of these. This is episode 24. I have had
got the old Keys at least bottle opener.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's not even a twist off.
No, that's fancy shit, man. I'm telling you. There's only like.
Don't you have a pint glass to pour that in? But no, you don't, because you got a glass. There's no reason.
I think it was $19 for a 12-pack. Not terrible.
Yeah. So I've had this for 24 different times since the beginning of the football season. If we've had 24 episodes, we've drank one literally before every single episode as our preview. And even if they were remote, I've had them here in studio if you were in your studio.
This is our 24th episode?
It's 24th episode.
We should have had a case race.
Not counting any of the little stuff. What?
We should have case raced it today for this episode. I don't know what we were thinking.
I got to work in the morning.
Damn, that really sucks. Why would you do that to yourself?
I'm helping out my parents. I'm going to wire up their house.
Oh, nice. What are you doing?
I'll be in Denver.
What do you mean wire up their house?
They put an addition on. So
okay, so
So I'm
run
going to
some
do the sub
homies
pano and land all that. Do the
rough in and
hardcore
shit.
stuff.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, well, I did the rough in. I just got to do like the
Don't tell
final
me you're
stuff.
frozen.
No, I'm not. And the and my name is on as the electrical, so I have to like make sure it's all done right. Because I got my license,
signed all the permits and shit. You pulled the permits for him?
No, they pulled them. They just wrote my name on it. Back to Harbaugh though, I love that for Justin Herbert. I love that for the Chargers. I love that for Quentin Johnson. I kind of like it for Eckler, but I don't.
Eckler stays, we'll see.
I think he'd be dumb not to. Because no one after the season he had, no one's going to pay him what he wants.
Nope.
And
the Chargers know that. And it's a reason why he had the season that he had.
But the Chargers also know that Isaiah Spiller and Joshua Kelly did not. Their yards per carry were worse than Eckler, even though Eckler's production was down. So I think you got to have that solid. I think if the Chargers are smart and Harbaugh's first year, even though he's experienced, to have Eckler there, because.
All right, so I have a theory on what the Chargers are going to do, and it's going to make them instant contenders. I could see them making a push.
Instant contenders anyway.
I could see them letting Eckler slide, let him go somewhere else, do whatever he wants to do. Go try and get yourself like a Saquon Barkley. Put him in the backfield, and then you move up. Or do they even need to move up? I don't know what draft pick they have, but they could get themselves a Malik Neighbors, or maybe even move up for Marvin.
But do they?
Your offense is instantly sick.
Instantly. Do they pay anybody else real heavy? Do they like to sign?
I don't know what
like
their cap space is like. I'm just fantasy spitballing out here because
I'd be curious who the free agents are, because Allen's getting up there, but he's still got it in the tank. If he's not on a deal, he's not going to sign a huge deal. No, so that's not going to hit.
He would come back if they start showing that, hell, they've got potential to make noise this year. I mean, it's not like, I don't even know what his contract situation's like. I don't follow the Chargers. I hate the Chargers.
I do.
I don't want to see any of this happen. But I think they got a chance to really be something special with Harbaugh at the helm. I mean, it can't be any worse than what they just did.
I love it for their passing game. Even though their passing game tends to get hurt. But I love it for QJ. I love it for Quentin Johnston. I like it for him. I like it because I think he's gonna. Problem with the Chargers is they never let Herbert be Herbert. I think Herbert, if he's going to be what they say he could be, it's gonna have to happen this year.
Yeah,
he can't flop another year under a new coach, or he's gonna fall out of that Herbert's an elite quarterback type of guy.
I mean, I didn't put him in my top 10 because I think he already kind of did until he proves it. I mean, you've got the arm talent, but a lot of quarterbacks have had the arm talent. Jamarcus Russell could throw the ball off of one knee 80 yards. Like, just because you got arm talent and all the attributes to be an awesome quarterback, if you can't prove it and win football games, and guess what? You're not an awesome quarterback.
No, sorry. I think he does have more than arm talent. I think he showed promise despite bad coaching and bad personnel.
I have yet to see. Now, Grant, take this with a grain of salt. Just an average white dude who doesn't watch a lot of the Chargers, but I haven't seen him like understanding defenses, reading defenses, checking out of things, making sure that his offensive linemen are in the right position. Like, I haven't seen him making those calls. Kind of like the maturity that I was talking about, like with Dak. Like Herbert still figured it out. Like, Dak finally got into a cadence this year. He had that, here we go, even though everybody fucking hated it. It finally got that offense into a rhythm. They finally started to get some gelling there going on, and that's a horrible word to use, but I think Herbert needs to I think Herbert needs to make that next step as far as understanding how the NFL game is starting to play. And if he doesn't make that step this year, then I'm still going to be like, you got to earn it before I put you in that elite category.
I agree, and I think the way I look at it is that it was more that he didn't have the opportunity to flourish. Like when Austin Eckler was Austin Eckler, that offense was all him.
It was all humming.
And then when Austin Eckler was bad, they had no idea what to do. And also get some receivers who don't get hurt. When has he had a receiving core play 60% of the games?
I'd be curious.
I mean, you lose Mike Williams every year. Keenan Allen gets hurt, so.
Yeah, Mike Williams, I feel like, is a 3 or 4 game guy, and then he'll go down for 3 or 4 games.
They got to move on from him. Well,
yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. They got to go get somebody this year.
And they need a tight end. Gerald Everett's free agent. Joshua Kelly's a free agent. Austin Eckler's a free agent.
And I like Dalton Schultz, man. I think if they could go out and get somebody like him to replace Gerald Everett,
that'd be nice.
He does both. I like him. I think he flies under the radar a lot.
No, I think he is good. I think because of where he's at, there's so many weapons. Ooh, that'd actually be a good fit for them. Because I don't hate. I don't
huge there.
I don't hate Keenan Allen, but I hate Mike Williams. So Keenan Allen's your number 1, but he's aging, and then you have Mike Williams is your number 2.
2 next year, I think.
But what do you do then? What do you do at number 3? Quentin Johnston? Okay. Maybe he'll do better under Harbaugh, but if you lose Mike Williams, he's going to be your number 2. Then who's your number 3? Was it Jarrett Guyton or whatever his name is?
Yeah, no, it'll be whoever they draft, and they might try and add another vet.
Yeah. Mike Williams, Joshua Palmer. He's not a number 2.
He played okay, but
he played well.
He struggled with injuries too, didn't he?
Jalen Guyton, that's the other guy. He did too.
Yeah, I don't like Guyton. Guyton's had his chance to prove himself.
Their offenses are hurt. I think they need a tight end. If they keep Eckler, they need to get a tight end.
I still think they need a complement to Eckler. Eckler's not going to be your workhorse. Let me get 28 touches a game anymore. I think.
And Joshua Kelly's not it.
No, Joshua Kelly proved that.
I thought Isaiah Spiller might be
it. Spiller never really got a chance, did he?
What is? I guess he did. He had 36 rushes. He had 36 carries. Joshua Kelly had 136.
Fucking some guys got 29 carries in a game this year.
Yeah, he had about 2 games worth of carries.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe he gets a little bit more run. I don't know. Maybe he's struggling with pass pro. I know that's huge in the NFL. So
yeah, I think it's more. They need more than Harbaugh. But I like.
Fuck. I still don't know how to feel about the whole Jim Harbaugh thing. I'm fucking flabbergasted about the whole.
I didn't see him going to the Chargers. I did not see him going to the Chargers.
He played for the Chargers, so I think he made full circle on both of his things. He played quarterback for Michigan and played quarterback for the Chargers. Maybe he'll win a national championship there, and God forbid he wins a Super Bowl.
You can't say that.
I can't not say it. I don't know.
The big game.
Is that even a thing?
I don't know what the legalities are of that.
Who knows? We're too small. They're not coming after us.
I'm tall. I'm like 6 foot.
The super game. I'm going to call it the super game.
The super matchup.
It's the super game of the super February.
It's the nifty competition.
And we have a shield. Our logo's a shield because we protect things. Fucking.
Oh,
I'm starting to hate the NFL.
It's
Roger,
a love-hate relationship. Yeah.
It's a Goodell thing. He's a douchebag.
It's a Goodell
thing.
All right, so what do you want to hit first? You want to talk about the matchups?
Let's end on the matchups. I think let's get into some finalist action here on the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year. See what you think.
So I know you're going to piss me off with a lot of shit you're about to say. So let's do it.
I want to talk about who you might think gotten some snubbing and who might you think win some of these. So first off, we got the AP Most Valuable Player. You're looking at Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Dak Prescott, and Brock Purdy.
I like most 3 of the 5.
I know you do. Which one do you prefer?
Which one do I prefer to win it?
Mm-hmm. Well, just who would you vote for if you had a vote?
If I had a vote, it'd be between Kristen McCrafty. What do you call him?
Crispy McCrafty?
Crispy McCrafty and Lamar Jackson.
Shit.
I think most valuable player needs to be the most valuable player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey.
You don't think Josh Allen was there for that?
I think he was.
You don't think Dak was there for that? No, I know you don't.
I think Dak.
It's
Brock
a regular
Purdy,
season reward.
He's not the. Oh yeah, regular season. Dak had a good regular season, but I don't think Dak was the reason they were winning games.
Yeah.
I think Dak was just like Brock Purdy. If they didn't have Crispy McCrafty, then I don't like.
And Debo.
Christian CMC is way more valuable to that team than Brock Purdy. I think you 100%. You can't take out McCrafty. I can't not say McCaffrey anymore. I can't because of you. You can't take him out and then be the same. I do feel like you could take Brock Purdy out and do okay.
Yeah, they could run the same offense without Brock Purdy. You take Christian McCaffrey out of that lineup, and they can't run the same offense anymore. So I agree with you. It's more valuable.
Put Brock Purdy where I put like you're going to hate me, a Kirk Cousins. And Dak, who did prove a little bit better this year.
You love fucking picking on Kirk Cousins. You son of a bitch.
Well, because there's quarterbacks that are elite. And Justin Herbert could end up in that same realm too then. There are quarterbacks that are elite, and there are quarterbacks that you can win with, but you will not win because of.
Gotcha.
That's what I mean by that level. Like Dak is a good quarterback. Dak will lose you more games than he will win you on his shoulders alone. And that's where I put that's where I put
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
So I think is there anybody that you think was left off of the finalist list that you think should have been there?
For MVP?
Mm-hmm. Like if you didn't think Brock Purdy should be there with Christian McCaffrey, which is weird. I don't think I've ever seen two finalists from the same team.
How can they both be the most valuable player on the team?
What? Like, what is that about? Like, okay, which one would you choose, guys? Because we can't make up our fucking mind.
I don't think there's another running back that I put in there this year. It's just been such a volatile position.
No, I would probably. I'm sorry, I asked you first.
I don't know. I mean, I understand Dak being in there. I'm fine with him being top 5. I'm 100% fine with that.
And if Tyreek didn't get hurt, I would probably put him in there instead of Purdy. But just because he had an insane year. Other than that, I think they got it pretty close. I mean, obviously
if you had to
Mahomes
put another running back,
too.
Yeah, but also Mahomes didn't have that year.
No, he had a down year for him. But he still was super valuable to his team.
If you could have put another running back in there, I think Kyron Williams would have been a great.
Yeah.
Because
if he doesn't get hurt, too, he probably is right there.
He's right up there. But I know I would say Brock Purdy, if you have to put him in there, put him in there. But it's between Dak, Christian, Lamar, and Josh. But I think it should be Lamar or Christian McCaffrey.
100%. Yeah, I'm with you. 100% with you at that.
And I'd almost give it to
it's going to be Lamar. Yeah.
It should. If I had to pick it, it's Lamar.
Yeah, same. I think you take Lamar off of that offense and the whole team crumbles. The defense, they're going to be basically like the New England Patriots then, where you're going to have a badass defense that holds people to 6 points and you still lose a football game. So, on to AP Defensive Player of the Year. First, you got Deron Bland of the Dallas Cowboys. Just set a record for most pick sixes in the NFL for one season. Max Crosby had an amazing season. Myles Garrett also had an amazing season. Here's an interesting one for me, and I think this is a name only, and that's Micah Parsons. The last name on here, who, again, if he stays healthy, he's probably hands down TJ Watt. But Micah Parsons being on there is kind of iffy for me because, I mean, he had an okay season, but he didn't have the season that the rest of these guys did, that's for sure.
He's scary. Like, you go against him, but he didn't. You're right. He didn't have statistically that season.
I mean, I think he was like 5th or 6th in sacks. I don't even think the sacks leader is on here. Myles Garrett was up there. Who else was there? TJ Watt was there.
TJ Watt. Bosa?
Bosa's up there? No, I gotta have to look, but I don't think he's even top 5 in sacks this year. So how the hell are you on Defensive Player of the Year? I know you were getting double teamed all year because I watched, but
well, maybe if you take like the fact that he did. I'm okay with him being on the list because of the attention he drew from the offenses where he was double teamed.
He plays every fucking position.
He didn't have the stats, but he warranted that much attention that he should be on there. Should he win it? No. But should he be on the top 5? I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm going to say Deron Bland. Because setting record for the picks, I put it between him and Crosby because Crosby is just a scary beast right now.
Yep, I'm with you. Myles Garrett, if they give it to him, I can't hate it either because he was carrying that defense for the most part.
I wouldn't hate anybody on that list.
I would give it to Bland just because I couldn't pick between Crosby, Garrett, and T.J. Watt, and I like what Bland did setting records.
I like T.J. Watt too, but didn't he get hurt again for a couple games too?
Yeah, he did. But that was at the end of the year when nobody else was playing anyway, so I'm not going to hold that against him. He played most of the season.
Anybody on that list, I'd be fine winning. Micah Parsons, I'd be like, I would have given it to Bland. I put Bland above Parsons on the same team.
Right, same.
So it'd have to be, I'm okay with the list.
Working on now to the offensive side of the football. We're going to go Tyreek Hill, Lamar Jackson, CeeDee Lamb, Christian McCaffrey, and Dak Prescott makes the list again for another. I mean, he was an absolute beast in the regular season. And I'm going to start this one off because we didn't give MVP to Christian McCaffrey. I don't think there's a chance in hell that he doesn't win Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, if Lamar gets that, he gets off. It's got to be Christian. Well, then Lamar's on there too. So whoever doesn't win MVP between those two should get that.
Yep. I
do like Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek got hurt.
CeeDee and Dak.
And Tyreek also kind of fell off down the stretch, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
He had an amazing season. You would have to give it to Dak over CeeDee, I think, because Dak had that much.
CeeDee had like he led in receptions and yards.
CeeDee had a year.
Didn't he first and first? Like,
did he triple crown that shit?
No, I know he was.
He had catches.
Catches.
Tyreek had him in yards.
Oh, did he? Touchdowns, maybe it was. Catches and
he
touchdowns.
Definitely probably led in touchdowns. He had like 3 every game the end of the season.
But Dak, no. Sorry.
No, it's definitely not.
Because some of the balls that CeeDee caught, it caught because it was CeeDee.
Right, I agree. And I think this one's Christian McCaffrey here. I don't think he can have that kind of season and not get sometime an award. And
if he wins MVP, it's got to be Lamar.
I shouldn't have said that. But anyway.
I don't even hear what you said.
That's a good thing. We're just moving on.
Moving on. KONA Big Wave.
KONA Big Wave. I'll tell you after the show. Offensive Rookie of the Year. All right, we're talking rookies now.
Is this going to piss me off?
This is the category here that...
I feel like this is going to piss me off.
No, but we do need to have a discussion because this is a good one because there's some fucking rookies here. The only one that shouldn't be on the list is Bijan Robinson. But having said that, you have Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Puka Nacua, and CJ Stroud.
I'm partial to.
And CJ Stroud. So...
Wait. Who'd you say after Puka?
Bijan Robinson and CJ Stroud.
No.
And CJ Stroud led the league in passing. Did he? I don't know if he did end up leading the league at the end of the year, but it's got to be damn close.
You said Laporta, Stroud,
Puka,
and Bitchin' Robinson.
And Bitchin' Robinson.
Bijan Robinson. Bijan.
I was going to say, I can't even knock on the dude. It wasn't his fault. It's definitely
not his
Robinson.
fault, but he should not be on that list. What about Zay? I put Zay Flowers above him.
100%. That's where I was going. I think he got snubbed out of that, and that Bijan was just a name here. I think Zay got fucked on that
because he did not. And it's not. Again, it's the Falcons' fault. They should have never 100%. Drafted him.
Right?
They're probably going to draft a running back this year.
Yeah, I know. We keep joking about that, and then it's actually probably going to happen.
If they happen, I'm getting on this shit, getting hammered drunk, and going on a rant.
We're both going on a rant. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Are you picking CJ Stroud over Puka? Obviously, you're not. But do you think it's a legit concern for our boy Puka Nacua?
I mean, they both set rookie records. The problem is by default, the quarterback gets more. And the quarterback is the quarterback of the team.
CJ won his playoff game, which I think is going to give him that little edge, whereas Puka just beat it out in his playoff game, but they took that out.
You can't shit on Laporta either. That's the thing, though. Our top 3 tight end.
I know, that's crazy, right? Look at this offensive rookie. Who wins that besides Bijan? I don't know.
I think it's got to be between Puka Nacua and CJ Stroud.
Yeah,
and not just because he is our spirit animal. I look at it this way: C.J. Stroud was drafted with expectation.
Yeah,
Puka Nacua was not.
Come out of nowhere.
He came out and looked like the best receiver in the league at times.
Right.
And the toughness of him.
And just running through tackles after the fact.
And like
so much fun.
Knowing a hit's coming, and he was
contact balance.
His
the whole night.
Hair too. Good Lord. If he doesn't get a head and shoulders, if I don't see him and
Troy
Polamalu.
And who was the other one?
Troy Polamalu.
There was another one that they did.
Oh,
and they had the commercial together.
The dude with the thing with the. He plays for the Falcons. I put a picture of him up when we were like our second episode.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you not know his name?
Whatever. Brain farting. I got Puka Nuka on the mind.
All I can think of is TJ Hushmanzada for no reason. I don't know why. He had that hair too.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
All right. So do you think this is one of those situations though where they'll give Puka the offensive rookie of the year and then CJ Stroud will be rookie of the year? Do they do just a rookie of the year in the NFL?
I don't know if they do just rookie. I think it's close between. I think CJ Stroud because he's quarterback gets the leverage, but I think Puka Nacua because of the unexpected, and he set records too, and that team doesn't make the playoffs without him.
Right, because they lost Cup early, and they would have lost probably most of those games if they don't have.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit!
Put it on the board.
This
Puka Nuka is our pick.
That's who I think.
I like it. All right, we are on to the defensive rookie of the year.
That shit.
Dude, I'm surprised. I bet you like a lot of our viewership probably hates it, but we don't care because he's our, like you said, he's our spirit animal. And
well, they can Puka Nuka my nuts.
Right? It goes for everything, right?
Please subscribe.
Please All right, we are on to the defensive rookie of the year. I'm going to be honest. I think this one's pretty easy. You got Will Anderson, Jalen Carter. Okay, Joey Porter Jr. Jr. Sorry. He actually had a really good season. Kobe Turner and Devin Witherspoon.
Who do you like?
I think Will Anderson from the Texans. I think it's
him. I think it's got to be him. Yeah, I think Jalen Carter, but I don't think he did enough.
No, Carter had a really good beginning, but the way the Eagles just fell off, that's going to hurt his cause. And then I think Joey Porter would be another one that I would.
If Jalen Carter would have caught the between the legs spike, defensive rookie of the year right there.
Immediately.
Because that was so close.
It would have been one of the most athletic plays you've ever seen a man that size make. It would have been insane.
Oh, like
the fact that he even got close. The fact that he even got close is insane.
Like everybody was
just looking at him laughing. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Do you realize if he would have caught that, everyone on that field would have just gone.
Right. And imagine if they come back to win the game then because of it.
What do we do here?
Has this ever happened?
No, I mean they're all good, but I think Will Anderson had the best season. I have to give it to him.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's the biggest name on there as far as
Joey Porter had a good season, though.
I know that's why I said I wouldn't be hateful if they gave it to Joey Porter, but I think Will Anderson kind of ran away with it down the stretch.
Witherspoon, good season, but not as good as Porter.
Yeah, no.
It's got to be Will Anderson, maybe Joey Porter.
Yeah, because if you're going cornerbacks, it's Joey Porter all day. But then, yeah, as far as just defensive all around, Will Anderson was a monster this season. All right, moving on to comeback player of the year. You got Joe Flacco, which is easily one of the top contenders. The next one I thought was kind of funny is DeMar Hamlin.
Maybe until they try to run that sneak with him to win the game.
Matthew Stafford, I know. Fake punt to DeMar Hamlin from 4th and 5 from your own 30-yard line. Whatever. And then
you said Baker and Stafford,
and then Tua Tagovailoa.
I don't think Tua deserves to be on that for comeback.
Was he hurt? Yeah, he got hurt last year.
He had 7 concussions.
He almost died and then almost stopped playing.
He's basically he's basically a beanie baby upstairs.
But again, I almost feel like Baker's a better comeback story there over Tua. I don't like Stafford either because those are just Tua and Stafford are just good talents that got hurt. I'm not a huge fan of that story.
It's not a comeback. He just kind of fell off a bit.
Right.
DeMar Hamlin,
both of them would have played just as good last year if they didn't get injuries. So that to me, you're not really coming back. You're just getting healthy.
So
whereas
Flacco
DeMar Hamlin almost died. So I don't.
Yeah, and I think
he didn't play this year though, did he?
Barely.
He didn't play a whole lot.
If it's the NFL, so they'll probably give it to him.
All right, I gotta say this. My buddy sent me a fucking one of those video things. I guess it's I don't know, whatever you want to call it. but it's like a short clip.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like it was, you know how they run those plays for special needs people, and then like they let them go out around the end and run to the. It literally was one of those, and it said, "This is what the Bills thought the Chiefs were going to do for DeMar Hamlin." I died laughing. Absolutely died laughing.
Stop.
I thought that shit was so funny.
It's dead on though. Like, why would you do that? Of all the players on your team, why would you do that?
Right, it was like the dumbest play you could ever run in a million years. But I think that's what they were going for. They're like, we're going to make the story right here. A 4th and 5, DeMar Hamlin to the house. Oh, shit, we lost the game.
If he got that, give him comeback player of the year. Fine.
Yeah,
but I don't think
that one play.
I mean, I get what happened to him, and it's horrible. But I don't think that he made enough of an impact this year to be comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
I think if you got to keep the award based. It's between Flacco and Mayfield.
Yeah,
I think Baker in Tampa Bay. Baker looks awesome, but Flacco, when he got signed from bagging groceries at Walmart, it's got to be Flacco.
I think it's got to be Joe Flacco too, because Cleveland, when Watson went down, they thought their season was over. They traded away. Did they trade away Dobbs? Was it Dobbs they traded away to Minnesota?
In the preseason, they had Dobbs, yeah.
Yeah, and then they gave him to Arizona.
Dorian something or whatever.
I don't know. He was on like 4 teams this year. But anyway, and they all thought like, fuck, we are screwed. And here comes Joey Flack. Fucking F.A. And he just balls out for him, takes him to the promised land. I mean, now granted, they got kind of worked by Houston in the playoffs, but still, I think it's Flacco all day. Even though you and I are huge Baker fans, I think you're right. I think it's Baker. This is a good conversation here, though. Coach of the year.
Coach of the year.
Dan Campbell, John Harbaugh, DeMeco Ryans, Kyle Shanahan, and Kevin Stefanski. That's
Campbell,
tough, dude.
Harbaugh, Ryan.
I think Dan's probably going to end up winning it.
I like it. I like the Detroit Lions.
DeMeco Ryans, man.
I want the Detroit Lions to win the Super Bowl. That would be my favorite story.
That would be awesome.
Harbaugh.
You can't take away what Harbaugh and Shanahan have done, taking their teams to number 1 seeds. But like,
that's more Lamar.
You get the number 1 seed because you got talent on your squad. You don't. Like, good coaching only gets you so far. You got to have the players to win ball games.
DeMeco Ryans, I got a soft spot for DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah, I'm just a soft spot. I got a hard spot, but I just think he took a lot less. Just put that team together. He got them to gel. The defense was cooking this year. It'd be hard not to give it to him. I think Dan Campbell's going to get it just because. Look what he's doing. I think it's for that city.
To me, it's between Campbell and Ryans.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. I think the rest of them, Kevin Stefanski, again, hell of a season. But I think you got a couple other juggernauts on that list.
Did Stroud look as great as he did because of the system that DeMeco put in place? Like, I could say yes.
Yeah, I think the 5 interceptions had a lot to do with it. Him only throwing 5 picks or whatever he did. I think his system had a lot to do with that.
Because was it last year that Dan Campbell came in the middle of the year? Or the year before that he came in the middle of the year as a coach? Like, he was just an interim coach, kind of like what the Raiders are doing. So, yeah, Campbell, Ryans, one of those two. Either one, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, I can't argue. But I think as far as the storyline and how things are going this season, I think Dan Campbell's going to win that one all year. And rightfully so. I think doing what he's doing for the Detroit City. How do you not give it to him? We're going to skip
Come on, Detroit this weekend.
We're going to skip the assistant coach of the year because I don't like talking about coordinators, especially because of the Eagles. And this is the 2nd year in a row that the Eagles are going to hire both new coordinators, by the way. So
I like what they did at defense, though, with Vic D'Angelo.
Vic, he was supposed to be there this year, but something didn't work out. I don't know what the hell happened.
Veteran. Like, Nick Sirianni is shitty, and he's green. If they're going to keep him, you need a veteran. And they got to take the reason he did good last year is because Shane Steichen had the control of the offense, not Dick Sirianni.
Dickiani.
I
No,
said
it doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right.
Dickani.
I'm back on being able to see your pretty blurry face. Why does it always get blurry when we're like this? This sucks.
My glasses got under boob. This is a Goodwill shirt. This is a Goodwill buy right here.
Line them up.
Ooh, look at you.
Knock them down.
Line them up and knock them down. Do it.
That's what happens when they're big. That's what happens when they're KONA. Ride
KONA
the wave.
Big Wave.
Ride
I should buy that. Who makes the KONA brand car? Is it Kia? No, Hyundai KONA.
Does KONA Big Wave have a shirt that says "Ride the Wave"? They should.
I don't know, but it's a bunch of dudes or people in a canoe.
Better not just be all dudes. We're not drinking this anymore.
Well, you know what's funny is I got my first tattoo in.
They're definitely all topless, so they're probably all dudes.
I got my first tattoo ever in KONA.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What'd you do? You drop your pocket? Go get it.
Where's all my caps?
Someone's gonna find your pocket.
Their lids teach you how to speak Hawaiian.
What?
This one says to laugh. Oh, dude. Akaka. Aka.
Every time I see your akaka.
You see it? It's just a bunch of A's and a couple K's. Aka. Dude, oh my god. I can't. This is like the best beer ever. Bottles only from now on.
I need to get that.
It teaches you how to. Remember the old Lion's Head where they had the.
Oh my god, yeah, where you had like questions,
the puzzles on the bottom.
We used to buy that.
Oh yeah, it was like Hawaiian.
It was like symbols and this and that. You had to figure out what it was saying. We had a rule.
Another one though.
My old roommate was from like the up in that area, Wilkes-Barre, whatever. And like so, we used to buy cases of that. Yeah, and the rule was you couldn't open your next beer until you solved the riddle. So that got to be fun when you're drinking. We're sitting there having parties. Like you crack your beer, you open it. The whole time you're drinking your beer, you're just like
staring at it,
trying to figure it out. Because you know if you don't get it, you don't get another beer.
That's kind of smart too. Because if you can't figure it out, you're probably too fucking drunk to drink anyway.
Or you're drunk and you're like, oh my god, yeah, the crow flies at night.
Throw it out. Oh, that's what it was.
I swear. I don't know how we didn't talk about this, but KONA. I went to KONA. My first tattoo ever, I got in KONA. And you know what it is? It's a tattoo of a wave. I never thought about that, but how funny is that?
It's fucking ironic.
And it says it's got a Hawaiian word on it, ironically enough. Makai.
Makai.
Which I was going to name, if we had a boy, I was going to name our son Kai.
Kai.
It's Hawaiian for the oceanfront, waterfront.
Kai.
But how weird is that? I never thought about that. And my dog's name's KONA. But yeah,
KONA.
I got my first tattoo in KONA was a wave.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
Here. What?
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
KONA. My first tattoo I got in KONA, Hawaii.
I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry.
The first tattoo I ever got.
I just thought you were talking about the.
No,
I didn't hear the in KONA part. Okay,
I
heard a tattoo 20. Of a wave that had some fucking shirtless Hawaiian people in a canoe on it. That's all I heard.
No, when I was 20, I think I was 20. I was living out in California. But
we're gonna have to shoot a podcast episode out there sometime.
We flew to the Big Island. We stayed in KONA Hilo, and
maybe KONA Big Wave will have us out.
I went and got my first tattoo ever. I got on that vacation in KONA. I got my first tattoo, and the tattoo is of a wave. I don't know why.
KONA Big Wave Brewery, and you don't even know it.
And I don't know why I never thought about that. The Big Island.
Honolulu?
The island of KONA. Oh, the island's KONA.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I'm dumb as shit when it comes to that kind of stuff.
So the Big Island is basically a big volcano, and half of it's KONA, and half of it's Hilo. There's very few beaches. It's mostly like rock.
So it's like Key West?
Yeah. And then we went, for the year after we got married, we went out to Maui. We stayed in Maui. I golfed I golfed the pro golf course, Kaanapali. I golfed that course. Holy shit.
You probably shot like 127.
93.
Wow. I'm actually impressed by that.
Well, you know why? I went out by myself at 6 a.m. Like I got
all
up.
The way around.
That was a very. You know how sometimes when you're just playing by yourself, you kind of
That had to be
stress.
relaxing as fuck on that course, though.
I got up at 5:30.
What time of year was it? Was it like prime time?
Yeah, I got a discount, and it cost me $300 to play that course.
Yeah, because you were off season.
End of season.
Yeah, nope. Yeah. We were there. Fuck.
No, it was May, beginning of season. It was May, beginning of season. So
I want to say we were there when it was like off season, and it was still like 100 and we didn't even play KONA Poly. We played Kapalua, the one right down the street. And
I saw that one too.
It was still fucking insanely expensive.
But was it not beautiful?
No, I was like 13, so I didn't really appreciate it. Like I wish I could have.
It was 9 years ago, 8 years ago, and it was cool because as you're playing, like you're just seeing all the water. And the best thing is, so I got up at 5:30, and I rented a set of TaylorMades, and we went and played. I got out, played by myself. I played the round in like 2 hours.
I just got an email from the PGA of America.
And it was really cool because and you know how like when you play with a group of people and then you got like people in the background, do you want to do this? You want to go up? No, shut up. And you just play.
Yeah, they paired you up with somebody?
No. They just said, do you want to go out by yourself? Or do you want to wait for the next group? They got a threesome. They're going out in 20 minutes. I was like, I'll go by myself. So I just went and I played, and I literally only bought a 3-pack of balls. So there was no way I was cheating or losing or anything. And I played. I shot a 93. I was like, I'm actually quite impressed with this. I played.
Somebody's here. I
hope it's Hillary, baby. But no, it was awesome. But yes, I've been to Hawaii.
Nice. Sorry, I missed that part.
That turned into a whole golf. That turned into a whole golf thing.
All right. Well, we're right around that time. So you want to make some conference championship picks? Maybe make a couple quotes or predictions, I should say, not quotes.
I really, really, really thought for a second the Packers had that last week.
Oh, dude, I thought we were onto that one too. I was talking shit again. They almost did it to me twice. They should have.
You know what? They did good. Like, I'm proud of them. That team is going to be scary. They are so young.
They are. I am going to say one thing, that game felt just like the Cowboy game.
Yes.
Dude, the whole time I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? What are they calling? What? I couldn't explain it. It felt the same way. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. This doesn't look like the same team. They're not playing. It doesn't look like they're at home. Brock Purdy looks like complete dog shit.
Brock Purdy looked average.
He was off. Granted, it was windy and rainy, and it was a little bit, but you would think that one of the top rushing teams in the league would appreciate wind and rain. Like,
McCaffrey's not 100%. Going on? McCaffrey was not 100%.
Easily, because they did not ride him like I thought they would.
And then Debo getting hurt. But what's funny is that, the rain, but it's funny. Didn't Purdy play in his champion back in college? He played with the glove too. In games. So it's not like that was new to him. I think that they lost their two biggest weapons. And when Brock Purdy had to be accurate, he just wasn't. That's why I say he's like a Kirk Cousins. Good. But it showed that he can't put it
he showed that he was Mr. Irrelevant for a reason.
Jordan Love was throwing a lot better in the same weather.
You know what that is? That's arm strength. That is simply arm strength, being able to throw in the wind. It's no different than when you go play golf and John Rahm's got an advantage over fucking Mike Weir. It just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? I can't believe I pulled Mike Weir out of my ass, but
that's not where I expected you to go with that.
The left-hander from fucking Canada. Holy shit.
I like Purdy, but it just showed you that Purdy is good, not great.
Right. It showed him that that's why he wasn't your first, second, third round pick. You know what I mean? He's just an okay guy. He's a game manager.
That's why McCaffrey should get it above him.
We need to start listening to Richard Sherman. Richard
Sherman, I do agree with most of the shit he says.
He's been killing it on his fucking, what is he on? Undisputed, I think? Been knocking it out of the park with a lot of his takes.
He's funny.
I
just like watching his face when they talk. He's just
I used to hate him when he was playing football, and just because of his attitude and the way.
Loved him.
And now I'm learning to respect the shit out of what he did on the football field and how he carried himself, because now that he's on that talk show, I'm starting to see his intelligence on that side of him. And
I said it when he was
a lot
playing.
Of fun to listen to. I know. I agreed. I was Broncos fan. He did me dirty a couple times. So,
but when he was playing, I said like Richard Sherman he's like a Dennis Rodman. He knows the game. He is a very intelligent player.
Super intelligent. If you go back and look at Richard Sherman's fucking career and his, what do you go, Stanford? I think he graduated from Stanford then. I think he graduated like top of his class in Stanford.
He was an Ivy League intelligent dude, and he's a study guy, which made him
very good.
Better.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's not like he's like extremely gifted athletically. I mean, he's still a beast, but his brain definitely made him that 1 to 2 steps quicker.
Like Dennis Rodman. If Dennis Rodman wasn't as basketball smart as he was, he'd have been an average power forward. He knew the game. He knew when he did the shit he did. He knew what he was doing. He was the older Draymond Green.
Only way better than Draymond Green. Way better. Not even close. He actually broke down rebounding into a science. Like knowing where guys, he knew his players. And he knew the tendencies on where they were going to miss. So, like, if Steve Kerr's in the corner, he knew he liked to miss off the back side of the rim to the right. And it was normal. No, most times it was going to bounce and go straight instead of going back at it. Like, he would miss low.
He would box out where he expected the ball to miss.
Exactly. So he would know how to get there. Nobody. And he knew his players and his teammates. And he knew exactly their shooting rotations and how many times their ball was spinning. He talked about all this shit. He would watch the rotation of the ball, and if it wasn't rotating his normal speed, he would know where the hell the ball was going based off of how it was spinning. That's how good he was.
And that's who I compare Richard Sherman to.
Yeah, agreed. That's a good one.
And now when he's talking about sport, like talking about football, I'm like...
He makes the rest of them look stupid. He makes Skip look like an idiot a lot of times.
And you got to watch his face. Sometimes when Skip talks, he just sits there, and I'm like, his face says it all. I'm like, he knows, like, he's about to slap you with some real shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I do like me some Richard Sherman these days now that he's not terrorizing my team.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out, Rich. Hopefully we'll talk to you someday.
All right, who's winning both games this weekend?
I'm gonna stick with the logo, I think.
I don't want it to be that, but I do see that happening.
I don't want to see it. Well, because here I saw again memes, right? I saw the one where it was like the Super Bowl we all want, the Super Bowl it's probably going to be, and then the Super Bowl we're probably going to get. And it was the last one was Taylor Swift and Eminem on the fucking thing. It was Taylor Swift versus Eminem as opposed to the Chiefs versus the Lions.
I don't want the Chiefs to win. I want Lamar to get there. I want it to be Lamar and Goff.
That'd be a nice one. I would love Ravens. Yeah, Ravens Lions would be awesome.
That would be my perfect Super Bowl.
I would enjoy that.
2 teams. Lamar get his first, and Detroit get their first. 2 teams. I don't care who wins. I just want a game.
Yeah, Lamar makes it to a Super Bowl. Detroit makes it to a Super Bowl. Have they ever been to one? I don't think they've been to
their
one,
first
right?
Super Bowl. I could see Detroit beating San Francisco, though.
I do, yeah. Why not?
They are, if they're healthy.
Especially the way the Packers just exposed them a little bit. And again...
Debo's playing. Debo's healthy, but...
I think Debo's only playing because the other bull across the street is fucking talking shit. Him and Gardner Johnson Gardner?
Yeah.
Gardner Johnson? What the hell is his name?
Gardner Johnson.
Gardner Johnson Minshew? Got it.
CJGJ. Chelsea Johnson Gardner, ex-Eagle. Anyway.
Yeah, they've been talking mad shit. I'm looking forward to that matchup. Debo.
You know what I noticed? The 49ers
like they were talking
are they're a bitchy little group.
We talked about that on the last episode. I was listening to it on the way home from work today, and we even said that we both hate the way they carry themselves.
Even like Ayuk, like you're not even you don't have a fucking catch, and you want to get in people's faces. Like you sit down.
You guys haven't fucking won anything. Like You haven't been to an NFC Championship game since Kaepernick played the fucking sport.
All they did, and when the Eagles beat them last year, all they did was bitch. Like, oh, well, we didn't have our quarterback. Yeah, because we hit him, and then your backup, we hit him again.
And also, you're talking to the team that won their only Super Bowl with their backup quarterback. So go fuck yourself.
And then now they're just so chippy and stuff. It's like that's why I don't want them to win. Too mouthy, too chippy.
They strike me as a team that needs that motivation to play good football. Green Bay didn't give it to them. So they went in there and almost got beat by Green Bay.
I don't think Detroit will give it to him either.
I don't think Detroit's going to give it to him. I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to go in there and rip Brock Purdy's fucking dick off and feed it to him.
I want Detroit to win that game, and I'm going to pick Detroit to win that game. It's going to be a Detroit Ravens Super Bowl. That's my guess.
See, I love it.
Side note, Jason Kelce at the Chiefs game. Fuck Taylor Swift.
No, she actually really liked it.
No, I know. But
it was awesome because Kelce kind of took the spotlight off of Taylor for a little bit, which I think she enjoyed. It was awesome. Listening to Kylie talk about that whole night is fucking gold.
She's just like that's
like talk about power couples, man. They're I would love to hang out with them.
Kendra thinks that she's annoyed by him, isn't happy.
No.
I'm like,
did you hear the story about how they
Kelce, met?
Did you watch the Kelce pod or not podcast?
That's what she watched, and she was like, I don't know. I'm like, no, you're reading it wrong. Like,
yeah, for
she
sure, she fucking loves that. She met him when he was blacked out.
You support my. Kendra met Tinder. Me, doesn't even remember meeting me.
Yeah, they met on Tinder, and he was blacked out drunk. Doesn't even remember her coming. And fucking that still worked out. So you can't sit here and tell me that she probably was laughing inside. They probably had sex that night, even though she was acting like she was upset. She has to act like the normal one. If he's gonna act like that, jumping through tables and stuff.
Women love us to be dumbasses sometimes.
For sure, it takes because it makes 100%. Them look like the saint. Then you know what I mean. They don't feel like a dumbass themselves.
No, but I want more of. If the Chiefs win, the only reason I'm happy is because I want more shots of him just being a drunk, living his best life. I'm gonna miss him when
Jason
he retires.
Up in the fucking Hopefully.
He's
still saying he might come back for one.
He's a dude.
I don't think he does though. I don't think he does. The way he was crying at the end of the game, I don't think he's coming back.
It depends who they hire at offensive coordinator. Because he said every time they do the tush push, he says, "Fuck my life."
Yeah, dude, could you imagine being the center of that and knowing you're just going to snap the ball and then just go as fast as you can into the people and then you're going to get slammed
and then you're going to be underneath
from him
3,000 pounds of man.
Yeah, exactly. Not able to breathe, not able to fucking, and then you just lay there for probably 15 to 20 seconds, not able to fucking just catch your breath.
Get off.
And you just got to lay there like, oh my God, this sucks.
Well, I think we call that episode. We got the big game coming in 2 weeks. Next week, we're gonna be better at shorts and stuff. We'll do some. Dustin and I are probably gonna start to screw with each other a little bit and back and forth, which might be fun. But
we are.
Do we gotta rate that real quick?
Let's 95. Give it a makeshift rating. Yep. You beat me to it, you son of a bitch. I was gonna give it a 99 just to be a dick.
Were you?
I was gonna be I gotta rate this 99.
It's a light lager premium beer. It's
only a 4.4%, so I'm gonna sit here and say that I can't. It's not gonna be like a holy shit, this is the best beer on the planet. But as far as I need a daily drinker,
give me a bucket of these bitches at a beach. Bucket of these bitches on a beach, and I'm happy as hell.
I cannot wait to drink this on the beach. This beer was made for the fucking beach. Okay, I mean it's made in Hawaii, for God's sakes. It's already got the beach in it.
It comes with a little bit of beach.
That should be their slogan. Holy hell. Liquid Aloha is pretty good, though.
Go to Big Wave. We bring a little bit of beach with us.
We bring the beach with us.
All right.
KONA Big
24
Wave,
episodes.
Son of a beach.
We can't rate this shit because we drink it every day or every episode.
But I'm still giving it the 99 just because I'm never probably going to hand out a 99, and this is our shit. So
it's delicious.
That's my rating. So go off.
Yeah, go off.
Go off somewhere. I didn't want to say fuck off.
That's got to be a thing. Go off has got to be our thing. We're mad at someone, they can go off.
Go off. Go
All
off, man. Go off. Go off. What?
What?
Go off.
Put your glasses on and go off.
What? But yeah, flex on them. Go off.
It got weird. All right.
All right.
Let's call that an episode.
I'm going to go ahead and call that an episode. Rookie of the Year.
Pukanuga.
Pukanuga.